Killer Bigfoot is a low-budget movie. And when I say low budget, I mean low budget. But this movie's free online, so it's not like I wasted any money on it. My time, however, I'll never get that back. This movie looks and feels like something my friends and I would come up with when we were in high school. I almost turned it off and moved on to something else. But my goal of reviewing every Bigfoot movie wouldn't be complete if I gave up. So let's suffer through this. Honestly, nothing really important happens in the beginning. Rumors of a creature out in the woods, a bunch of hunters go out to collect a reward, yada yada yada. Two guys do end up shooting one, but it gets away. There's the mandatory classroom scene where they talk about Bigfoot. Again, I was never offered this class in school. There's a part where they put a height chart over somebody's face. I bet this person was like, "Hey, I didn't agree to be in this movie, remove my face." I like to think this is some super famous actor in their first role in any movie. Finally, the movie starts. We meet our main characters. We have the governor's daughter, Barb, played by Anna Kendrick. No, not that Anna Kendrick. Her boyfriend, Curtis, friends Wendy, Rick, and Matt. Matt is their guide, and he's also the writer, director, and producer of this movie, so we have him to thank for this. They plan this big camping trip out in the mountains, even though there are rumors of a killer beast in the woods. They set up camp and are talking about Bigfoot around the fire, when Wendy gets up to go pee. She sees a Bigfoot skull and freaks out. She tells the rest of the group, which go over and take a look and then just make fun of her. Rick loses his glasses next to the bones, and sure enough, he's killed by the beast. It's not long before Matt is also attacked. Now the three of them are wandering around the woods. Wendy tells Barb that she's pregnant with Rick's child, but Rick is dead. Don't worry, she's reunited with him. Bigfoot kills her too. Days later, the two hunters from the beginning find the survivors. Thinking they're safe, they ask for their help. Well, these hunters aren't the helpful type, and kill Curtis and kidnap Barb. The older guy takes Barb into the woods and... oh no, don't go there, movie. Well, luckily Bigfoot attacks the guy, killing him. Hey, maybe Bigfoot is the hero. While all this is happening, the governor gets a bunch of search teams together to find his daughter. But there's a lot of movie left to go, so I'm guessing it takes a while. The other hunter catches up with Barb, and he seems to have the same intentions as his friend. And again, Bigfoot is there to save the day. But now Barb has to deal with Bigfoot. She runs away, then suddenly Matt shows up again. He's injured, but alive. They wander around in the woods for a while until they eventually find a road. It's not long before a truck comes, and they get some help. But the driver only has room for Barb, telling Matt he'll come back for him later. He takes her back to his house, and she finds Wendy dead in the bathtub. She locks herself in a closet and finds the Bigfoot costume. So that's what's going on here. Bigfoot isn't real. It's just this crazy guy in the woods. He was the one who started the rumors about the creature in the woods, and he's the one who posted about the reward, because he wanted people to hunt. If you hear about a crazy person in the woods, most people don't care. But a monster in the woods, people come from all over to try and hunt it, giving him plenty of fresh meat. Barb gets out, and she's able to fight him off. She runs away, and the hunter gets to hunt his prey. It's not looking good for Barb. She fights him, but he might have the upper hand. It looks like Matt will have to come and save the day. But then, the real Bigfoot attacks and kills the crazy guy. Huh, so he does exist.
He does exist! They do exist.
In the end, the search parties find Matt and Barbara, and life goes on. Then, 2 years later, teenagers are out in the woods, and yep, you guessed it, Bigfoot attacks them. Killer Bigfoot, or Fear the Forest as it's also called, isn't as bad as it could have been. The twist at the end was admittingly pretty good. A guy in the woods who wants to hunt people, so he dresses up as Bigfoot. That would explain the dumb looking costume. But then they use an even dumber costume for the real Bigfoot. But for such a small budget, I knew some things were going to suffer. Things like production, acting, cinematography, sound, pacing, gore. Need I go on? I'm afraid if you remade this movie with $100 million budget, it would still fall flat. However, I'd like to see them try. I do have to give them credit. I haven't done anything like this, so it's better than what I could have done for sure. Even so, don't watch Killer Bigfoot. It's not worth your time. I give it 1.5 height chart cover-ups out of 4.
Thanks for the breakfast, Mr. Holly. Everything was really kick-ass.